This is Don with Uniquely-DOUBLEBEE morning. It is the 4th of August, day 1 of orientation for wave transport. And these are all the transporters. One of them, several of them getting ready to go under runs. I'm eating one of these good blueberry muffins that you get for free at this hotel, Countryside Inn. And I got Fanny warming up. We'll roll here in probably about 20 minutes. I'm just putzing around right now, having some coffee. Again, my blueberry muffin, but I hope y'all have a good day until the next scene. And then I'll go over what happened at orientation today. All right, roll tape. I'll look at the camera this time. Roll tape. With Uniquely-DOUBLEBEE, end of day 1 orientation at Wave Express. So today's event that occurred was the following. About 07:45, they finally opened the doors, and then we had a guy call out our names, and we had to go out and have our trucks inspected. The things on my truck that he focused on was my fuel tank, fire extinguisher, emergency triangles, DOT inspection sticker and form, and then the rear gravel guard and the weight distribution system hitch or tongue. And then he just walked around the truck to look at it, checked off some other stuff, but that was about all he did for my truck. Now others, they got dinged because one guy had DOT that he had some mechanical issues that he hadn't fixed, so he had to get those addressed while up here, or he'd have to come back. Mine, the gravel guard and the weight distribution tongue was not on my truck, but I had a confirmed 4 o'clock appointment with Dooley Depot for today, but I had already emailed that confirmation to them before I even got here. So they had it on their books. All right, Dooley Depot, I went over there. I needed the sway bar distribution system for bumper pull, and then I needed the gravel guard. I got a video of how their Husky system works. I bought it because I think it's between 12 or 14,000 pound weight capacity, because I got a class 5 rear hitch assembly on my truck, so I wanted the most capacity for bumper pull, because my fuel tank right now is 5 inches above the rail, so they're only limiting me to bumper pull. Anyway, they were amazing. Took like an hour to get all that stuff done, but it was a long line, so just plan to be there for a little bit, but just be patient. It gets done, it gets done right. But I highly recommend them. All right, I'm here at Dooley Depot. We got released early, and I got my truck down there in line to get the gravel guard and the weight distribution system from Husky installed. They do financing, and also I'll put a posting on fuel tanks that they have that they can install. And then let's see, yeah, they're doing all my stuff for $758, but I'll go in here and I'll show you a little bit of what they have. And then they have the weight distribution system on view, so you can mess around with it, and I'll show you that. So anyway, Dooley Depot does about everything truck wise. So And there's the demo Husky hitch. They do goosenecks, all kinds of stuff. But the girls up front are real friendly, help you with anything. Pretty much if you can dream it on a truck, they can install it, except for performance stuff. Oh, now on their fuel tank installs, they will not remove your manufacturer fuel tank. So there's that. So all their tanks will be external auxiliary tanks only.
Go by the chain. Go by the chain.
Oh, by the chain?
Yep, keep it straight. Keep rotating. Your butt is right where your truck will be.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to want to stand on it from the other side.
Okay. From over here?
Yep, because your truck is going to be right where you are.
Yeah.
You're rotating towards your tires. So
Okay.
you're making flexion. That's all.
So like this?
Yep.
Aha!
Hey.
Keep it simple, stupid. All right, you're going to set that under your hitch. It's going to be up a little bit, and set it down. Then you're going to clamp this on, hand tighten. If you use a wrench, don't go more than a quarter turn, because you'll want this too snug or to buckle. And then use this pipe to do the process that I just showed. And then when you undo this, just swing it out towards your truck. And then when it gets parallel, it's going to fall out. But you'll catch it with your right hand because I got my phone. So, all right. And this is the Husky brand that Dually Depot sells. And it's like that and the gravel guard. I'm paying $7.58. So. There she is, getting all worked on. Already got the hitch in. Now putting up the guard. Probably gonna take him 20 minutes. Just a little piece of plastic. Supposed to have a rail across there. It's bolted to the frame. All those feathers is bammery. All right. All right, the rest of the orientation was basically the apps that the recruiter sends you to download. We opened each of those up, and we got ourselves registered with our truck ID or our truck driver number, and they'll give you those on your orientation sheet, and then they'll give it to you, of course, in all your paperwork. Then there was a bunch of paperwork that we signed that was basically all the legal stuff saying if I quit, I owe them all this stuff back. Also, the $1,500 repair account, they go through all that. All of us did choose to do the 10% withdrawal, and that's up to $1,500, and it's supposed to cut off. But if you want it to be quote unquote a savings account for you, you're able to fill out on that form that you want it to go above the $1,500 on the 10%. It's kind of like a rainy day deal. So like if you just want a little bit of extra money in that account, you can do that instead of having another credit card. But it stops at $3,000. So that's mainly a safety reason, because if you get cloned out there on the road, your card does, you know, they only can get $3,000 from you or 1,500. So they highly recommend at the 1,500 mark or every $1,000, just transfer it to your personal account, and then it just starts all over again. Okay, let's see what else. They went over the motive, where your logs are. We fired that up, got ourselves registered in there. If you had driven for another company like I did, a motive account, those guys still haven't disconnected me from that system. That was almost a year ago, so I don't know what was going on with that. So if you have driven with somebody else, you need to ensure that they have taken you out of their system completely, or you can't get onto the logs to register your time with Wave, because it just screws all the pay up. So anyway, so I'm working through that, but that's just a hint to you to get that stuff squared up. Oh, let's see. Then tomorrow is a bunch of the safety stuff, and then they're going to go through how to work the load boards. So on their system, that's going to be kind of cool. I don't know how long the day is going to be, but today they released us at 2 or 1,400 for you military guys like me. And that allowed us to go get stuff taken care of. Another thing that I didn't pay attention to was when I had my DOT inspection done in Tennessee. The cat that did my inspection forgot on two little boxes to put NA, because I didn't have manual switch 4-wheel drive lugs or wheel hubs, and I didn't have illegal welds on my rims. So I had to get Dually Depot to redo the whole freaking DOT inspection. But now Dually, I give it to them. Customer service there is insanely good. The women that work that front counter are constantly happy, willing to help you out. So they redid my whole DOT at zero charge. And then they helped another guy in my class today. His they missed some initial or something, so they had to redo the whole thing to be legally compliant. So Tennessee, I paid $179 for my DOT. One of the guys, I think he said he was from Texas, and it was 180. I think that's what he said, if I remember correctly. Then a dude was from Louisiana. A guy from Louisiana said it was 108 down there. Well, Dually Depot does it for $54. That's after taxes. So just get it done here. And they apply the sticker. They put it where it's legally required, which is inside your driver door, to make sure that sticker is put in the right spot, and you'll be compliant. Let's see what else happened today. Oh, speaking of some drivers. So Indiana Transport, yeah, they're hiring, and supposedly they got like crap tons of loads going out. But Wave has, I'm sitting here looking, there's tons of drivers taking stuff out too. I just think it's really hot and heavy with RV transportation right now. That's just me being hopeful. So I hope that this all works out. But the Indiana Transport guy, he said he showed up there. He said all they were worried about was getting your DOT, drug test and a physical done, and then they just told everybody to go away. And then they come back tomorrow to do a bunch of PowerPoint Nazi stuff. He said it didn't really seem professional. That's just from him, but he said there's a lot of loads with them from what he heard, and he said he's just going with them because he heard from people that there's a lot of loads. I heard there's a lot of loads and the pay's better, and you actually get paid with Wave. So that's why I'm going with Wave. But Wave, their facility is absolutely clean, super professional looking. It's got a nice, just everything feels good about it. Like even checking through our paperwork, they were looking for the I's and T's to be taken care of. I don't know, and they were super nice. So it's a plus when they're already starting out that way. I ran into a couple Horizon guys. They talked about some pay issues, but they said there's you know, it's the same company as Wave, but they're owned by the same people, but they're run by different employees. So however that works, I don't know. Where was I? Oh, okay, so that's just a little heads up on them. But it seems like driving around this town, there's campers galore just being ripped out of lots and hitting the road. Or they're just piling up here at this hotel because guys are coming in right now. And I even saw a woman, not to be anything against women, but it's just something you don't expect to see. A girl driving, or a woman, you know, out there alone and unafraid, which is awesome. You know, she's got herself a nice big F-350, got her camper, and then another woman pulled in doing a drive-away. She's got, you know, a Class C RV. Hell yeah, knock it out, girls. Don't let just men do it. Shit, it's just driving and pulling. So more power to you. I got some slides from today that I photographed that I'll put on here. I just give you a little bit of information. Oh, permits. We went over permits. God, brain farted it. So I did some drive away with Bennett. Bennett, during my experience, they sucked on everything except they gave you all your permits in a binder and they kept track of them. Here, they gave us, I think, Montana and Wyoming as a copy of the permit that we have to carry to get in those states. But they gave us a website, and I'll look in my notes, but I'll put it in the description, or I'll flash it up on the screen. But it's a company we got to call, and they have access to printing, sending you a link. So when you get ready to hit a state, like say, I think it was Nevada, Washington State, California, you know, anyway, those states with a lot of freaking requirements. You just call this company up and they send you the permit to print on that printer that they tell you to bring. So you better have a printer. Oh, other than that, yeah, I think that was it today. So, and one guy in our class, he rented a truck from Enterprise, and Wave accepted it, but this kid's going to be paying, you know, Enterprise a bunch of money to rent a truck that's not his. But they rig it out. They rent you a truck that's already loaded out and ready to go for RV transport, so it meets all the requirements. And he said that I think he had to put $6,000 down for the truck, and then he has a monthly rental thing payment. But if within 30 days that he decides that this is not for him, or he buys a truck, within 30 days, I think he said he can get all of it back. I'll have to confirm and do it in my next video. But he said, or within a certain time, or like if it's after the 30 days and you turn the truck in within 90 days, you get like, he'll get 4,000 back and they keep 2, something like that. But Enterprise, there's an Enterprise that's up here, some kind of rental that has an agreement with all these RV hotshotter transport guys or companies, so you can use them. Also, Wave, they are different from the other guys because they have flatbeds that they will rent to you if you want to do multi-haul. So say you want to just rent for a few loads, they're gooseneck trailers. They have big 48-foot flatbeds that if you have a gooseneck, you just sign this rental agreement with them, and they have a few in their yard, and it's first come, first served. There's no reserve in it or anything. So when you get here at your orientation, if you decide to do that, just tell them, hey, I want to do that, and then they set you up. Also, if you want to do the multi-haul with a semi, Wave has a program for that too. And us CDL guys, we can do that if we want. But you have your own semi, They don't lease you one or anything, as far as I know. But multi-haul is very profitable. I think it's $3 plus a mile. When you carry, depending on the size of the bumper pulls they load up on there, you can get 3 or 4 on there, and you're just dropping them all over. But you're making like $3 plus to $4 or something a mile. So that's something to look at. All right, today's campers that arrived at the hotel. Pretty looking F350, maybe a 450. Oh, no sway bars. Whoa, that's crazy. Always on time logistics. F350. This guy's here, and then this big old ATC. I think these guys don't have any slides on their campers. I think you can change out all the interior. Yeah, it's like, oh, they got slides on this side. There's 2. So that's pretty. A pretty paint job. High capacity ramp. Anyway, you're supposed to be able to change the insides out on there. And then the axles are spaced pretty far. That's cool. That'll be a different kind of pull. There's that nice Versa transport. He's got a big old Chevy, another Ram. Yeah, that thing's pretty. Man. Got those fuel rims, souped up tires. Oh no, that's a Ford. Oh, I thought it was a Chevy. F350. All right. And some driveaways over there, some Class C's. And then here's one of those. The guy's hooked up. Earlier he was not hooked up. He must have went into town to get some chow. But yeah, it's the multi-haul. So he gets like $3 a mile. That's the Anytime. No, he's the same company as that other one down here. All right, so that's what's in the parking lot. Been rambling long enough, but I'm gonna close out this video by saying good luck on your orientation. This is day 1. The video that was out before this one was the day before, just giving you kind of a rundown of the area. And tomorrow after day 2, I'll get some info out on a video. But you all have a good night, good travel, be safe out there, and Uniquely-DOUBLEBEE Don speaking and saying, we're out.